Hey man, let me tell you something most guys don't realize until it's too late. If she's taking your peace more than she's giving you happiness, you're not in love. You're in a trap. And yeah, that sounds tough, but too many guys stay blind, hoping she'll change, waiting for something that'll never happen. So before you waste any more time, listen. If she does any of these things, don't just leave. Run, because staying will cost you more than just your heart. It'll cost your confidence, your focus, and maybe even your future. Let's talk about the first red flag. She constantly takes forever to respond. And no, I'm not talking about a few hours. Life gets busy, sure, people work, things happen, but if you've messaged her, checked in on her, maybe said something thoughtful like "hope you're good today," and she doesn't even bother replying in 24 hours. That's not busy, that's disinterest. See, a woman who likes you will want to hear from you. She'll be checking her phone, waiting for that notification, and if she misses it, she'll get back to you as soon as she gets a breather. But if you're being ignored for a whole day or more, you're just not a priority. You're not even in her top 5, and that stings, I know. But you gotta see it for what it is. Now look, this next one hurts even more. She keeps canceling plans. And I'm not talking about the occasional reschedule because life got crazy. I'm talking about a pattern. You plan something, she agrees with a smile, maybe even sounds excited. But then, here she is with a last-minute excuse saying something like, "I'm not feeling well," or "let's rain check." And the cycle repeats. You start to feel like you're always preparing for something that never happens. See, nobody is that busy. We all have packed schedules, stressful days, and obligations. But when someone wants to see you, they make it happen. Even if it's just a 20-minute coffee break or a voice note saying, "Hey, I wish I could see you, but I'm swamped. Can we talk soon?" Effort shows. But when you keep getting these vague, convenient excuses like "I forgot," or "something came up," or worse, "let's play it by ear," man, you're not a priority. You're just a backup plan. Something to do when she's bored or when her real plans fall through. And if you start noticing, you're always the one adjusting. Always the one waiting, bro. It's not love. It's disrespect. Time to stop convincing yourself otherwise and start walking in the other direction. Here's another one that's often ignored. She introduces you to others as just a friend. Sounds harmless, right? But if you've been spending time with her, texting late at night, opening up, maybe even doing things that feel like a relationship, and she turns around and publicly labels you as just a friend, that's not a random slip-up. That's deliberate. That's her drawing a line, not with you, but in front of others, because deep down, she knows exactly what she's doing. She's keeping her options open. She's making sure no one assumes you two are serious, especially the other guys she might be entertaining. And listen, if a woman's really into you, she doesn't hesitate to claim you. She might not call you boyfriend right away, but she won't downplay you either. She'll show warmth. She'll make space for you in her world. But when she calls you just a friend, especially in front of people, that's her way of saying, don't get your hopes up. And if she says she's not ready for a relationship, believe her. Don't turn it into a personal mission to change her mind. Don't wait around hoping your patience and effort will flip the switch. That's not strength, bro. That's self-sabotage. She's telling you she doesn't see a future with you. Stop turning warnings into challenges. Walk away. Now let's talk about communication again, but deeper. If you're always the one initiating, you've got a problem. You're always texting first, always calling first, always checking in, looking through your messages. If every single conversation starts with your name at the top, and she rarely, if ever, initiates, she's not into it. She's not even thinking about you unless you pop up on her screen. That's not love, that's convenience. Now here's where it gets subtle. You try to escalate things, emotionally or physically, and she responds vaguely. You compliment her. She laughs it off. You mention how serious you feel, and she changes the subject. She doesn't want to hurt your feelings, so she deflects. But that doesn't mean she's being kind. It means she's keeping you around because you serve some purpose, attention, validation, whatever, but not because she truly wants you. And then there's the most obvious one. She blue ticks your messages and doesn't reply. Once? Okay, she might have gotten busy. But when it becomes the norm, when days go by and she never circles back to the message you poured effort into, you've got your answer. You're holding on to someone who's already moved on in her mind. Now let's talk about the quiet red flag most men ignore, her body language. You ever try to sit a little closer and she subtly leans away? Not once, not twice, but every time. Her arms are always crossed, her legs pointed away from you. She avoids eye contact, and even when you speak, her attention's on her phone, the wall, or whatever's going on outside. Bro, that's not shyness. That's not her being distracted. That's her body doing the talking her mouth doesn't have the guts for. It's saying, I don't feel safe with you. Or worse, I don't want you like that. You can tell a lot about someone by what they do when they're not speaking. And if every gesture from her is closed off, distant, uncomfortable, you've already got your answer. You keep trying to connect, and she keeps disconnecting. You bring warmth, she gives cold shoulders. It's not complicated, it's just hard to accept. But the sooner you stop trying to break down a locked door, the faster you'll find someone who doesn't need convincing to open up to you. So many guys keep pushing, thinking if they just prove how nice or loyal they are, she'll come around. No, that's not how it works. Real connections aren't forced, and no woman who's truly into you will make you second-guess yourself constantly. Let's get into something that's even more confusing: emotional manipulation. If she's constantly hot and cold, treating you well one day and ghosting you the next, leaving you stuck in your head wondering what you did wrong, that's not love, bro, that's control. It keeps you hooked because you're chasing the high of when things were good. But you're stuck in a cycle, and it's draining you. If she only treats you right when she needs something, whether it's favors, help, or attention, and then vanishes afterward, that's not a partner, that's a user. And if you've ever found yourself doing things for her that go against your values or leave you feeling empty just to keep her around, that's your wake-up call. And here's a deeper cut: when she constantly compares you to other men, whether it's her ex, her coworker, or that guy she keeps texting. If she's always pointing out how others are funnier, more driven, more successful, she's not trying to push you to be better. She's trying to tell you she wants someone else. A woman who respects you lifts you up, not make you feel like you're in a silent competition you didn't sign up for. If she never includes you in her future plans, she's not serious. She talks about moving, traveling, career goals, but you're never part of those conversations. That's a sign she's building her life without you in it. And let's not forget the emotional wall. If she never opens up to you, never shares what's really going on in her life, never lets you in, that's not intimacy, that's distance. And you're not in a relationship, you're just orbiting around her. Sometimes the clearest red flag isn't what she does, it's what you feel. You feel anxious more than calm, confused more than understood, tired more than fulfilled. That's your gut screaming at you. That's your body telling you the truth you're afraid to face. So here's the real deal. You are not here to audition. You're not here to prove your worth to someone who doesn't see it. Love isn't begging for crumbs. It's not waiting days for a reply. It's not wondering where you stand. Love feels like peace, not war. If she makes you feel like you're never enough, that's because in her eyes, you're not what she's looking for. And that's okay. Not every woman you want is meant to be yours, but you gotta have the self-respect to walk away when you're not wanted. You deserve effort. You deserve honesty. You deserve to feel chosen, not tolerated. So stop chasing what drains you. Let her go. Don't fight for a place in someone's life when you're not being offered a seat at the table. Because the truth is, every minute you spend on the wrong woman is a minute stolen from the right one. So close that chapter, lift your head, walk away with your dignity, and remember, the woman who truly wants you won't keep you guessing. She'll show up. She'll match your energy. She'll be proud to call you hers. Until then, protect your peace, protect your time, and most importantly, protect your heart. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.